Hi, welcome to the Park Moms podcast. We're your hosts, Haley
and Becca.
This is a place where we laugh and chat about the chaotic bliss of raising young kids.
So whether you're about to take a hot mom walk or start a load of laundry, let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Emphasis on the chaotic bliss.
I know. Truly chaotic.
I know I said that summer is for the moms, but the moms need to calm down.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's so much going on right now?
I think like it's kind of the bittersweet, I guess, like the positive and the negative of summer. It's like so fun, but it's also so crazy.
Yeah, I was like telling Camden, I'm like, I'm not saying that I'm like popular or have a lot of friends, but I do feel like the group texts are bumping. They're like, park here, splash pad here, we're going here, and I'm like, what's up? Bus, club, another club, bus, no sleep, except it's splash pad, park, backyard hang, I don't even know, no
Swim
sleep.
pool.
Again, like that, yeah, swimming pool.
Yeah.
Which is, like, I'm so grateful for because it really is, like you said, the best part of summer. But I'm also, like, my social battery is kind of drained.
Yeah, I know. I'm feeling that. I'm like, okay, how am I going to make it to every single thing? Like, it's a little chaotic. But
Which is
fun.
funny because we wanted this.
Yes.
Like, if you go back to our summer or winter episodes, we're like, one day it will be summer and we'll go to the splash pad. And now I'm like, I'm sorry, but 4 times to the splash pad in 1 week is too many times.
Too many times.
Like, I need to pace myself a little bit because...
We do. Ease into it.
Was this officially the first week of summer or was last week?
I think this was officially the first week. Well, we had technically last week, but it was cold.
Yes. So this, like, feels like the first week of summer, and I'm just, like...
Yes. I feel the same way.
Slapped in the face with summer.
Slapped in the face, and I also think, like, with the kids being out of school, you realize, like, you have to kind of keep busy. That's the thing is, like, that's why you're going to splash pad so much is, like, everyone's home. So you're like, okay, I can't stay home all day.
No, we have not had lunch at our house once this week, which I love. I'm not going out. I'm, like, throwing stuff in the insulated bag.
Bringing your snacks.
Bringing my snacks. Today I did go to Kneaders, which, like, Kneaders is not the move for kids because you pay $7 for a grilled cheese that's, like, this big. And I'm like, okay, that's actually not worth it.
No.
Speaking of Kneaders.
Oh, no.
Guess what I did today?
Oh, no.
So I had some gift cards. Shout out to my realtor because he sent us some gift cards. So nice. And so I go to Kneaders. I'm like, I'm going to go to Kneaders and then I'm going to go to the pool. Like, I've made lunch every single day. I deserve some Kneaders.
Okay.
So I drive through. I order. I'm like, feeling a little stressed. I'm, like, not a Kneaders girl, but today I had, this is so random, like, a ranch avocado chicken salad, and it was pretty good.
Nice. Okay.
It's pretty good. Lots of protein.
Yeah.
Like, if someone's like, do you want to go to Kneaders? I'm like, I'm not like, no.
Is that, like, what people ask?
No, today when I was at Kneaders, there was, like, multiple girls groups, and by girls groups, I mean, like, 60 plus, but, like, at doing little, like, girls lunches, and I'm like, is this our future?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, like, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
Like,
it's not
I'm not craving that at all.
No, I'm never, like, but where we live, it's, like, one of the closest places
true.
if you're going down the hill. Anyways, I go through Kneaders, I order. I was, like, already struggling to order. Nothing makes me more overstimulated than when I'm ordering food and the kids are yelling at me. Like, no, I want this. No, I want this. And I'm like, hi, I'm sorry. Just a minute. And then I'm like, shut up. I'm trying to order. And you can tell, like, they could still hear you.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm overstimulated. I order my food, and then I drive past the pay window in the pickup window. And I just...
You never paid.
No. I left the drive-thru, and I already ordered my food, but I thought there was going to be another window. Like, I was like, oh, this is just, like, the pay window. No one was opening it.
Sometimes there's 2 windows.
Sometimes there's 2 windows. So then I had to do the walk of shame. I had to park my car.
Oh,
I had to go into the Kneaders. And the Kneaders was bumping. Like I'm saying, like, there was some girls groups at the Kneaders. And I, like, didn't want to be rude and cut the line, but I was also, like, I could see them with my food at the drive-thru.
Oh, you're going to the front of the line. Please don't tell me
and I was
like,
line. Hi, I'm the person who ordered and never
forgot
paid
to pick
for
up my food. Yeah. Oh, didn't pay either.
I didn't pay either. Like, you pay and pick up at the same one. So that was, in that moment, I realized that there is actually nothing more humbling than when you become a mom. Like, something like that would have actually really embarrassed me before.
Yeah.
But once you become a mom and you're in so many social situations where, like, your kids are screaming, your kids are yelling at you, your kids are, like, taking their clothes off, you drive through the drive-thru, like, I don't think anything can embarrass me anymore.
It's true. And, like, you kind of just have to embrace the chaos of it all because it's just like, the reason it doesn't embarrass you is because it's your everyday life.
No,
that
true.
kind of scenario is happening
It's exposure
every day.
therapy.
Yeah.
Like, don't you feel like you used to get more embarrassed in public situations before becoming a mom?
I feel like I would just more, like, didn't want to be an inconvenience.
Yeah, or I didn't want people looking at me in public or this, and then once you have 3 kids or even 2 kids and you're in public, people are looking.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
it's not worth, like, it's not worth, like, getting so mad. It's not worth, like, it's just, like, let the kids be in the environment, basically. And just let them. And most other moms, I feel like, or even dads, anyone, they get it. They're just like, oh, okay. Like,
I used to, like, really, and obviously I want my kids to act appropriately if we're, like, at a restaurant or something, but if I'm, like, in Target and my kids are being a little bit loud, I used to be so stressed. Like, oh, someone's going to get upset. So, like, be quiet, we're in here. And, like, I still tell them to be quiet. But if someone's going to get annoyed about, like, a kid yelling in the Target aisle in the toy section, I'm like, that kind of, at least this is what I tell myself. I'm like, that says more about them than it does about me. Like, obviously I want my kids to be respectful. If they're screaming, I'm going to tell them to stop. But if they're just being a little bit loud, I'm like, they're kids.
They're kids. Do you know what's the worst? This has happened to me, and I've seen it happen to many people as well, is when you're in the checkout line, and for whatever reason at Target, they have, like, one actual checkout line, and the rest is self-checkout.
Yeah.
And so the freaking self-checkout line, there's, like, 40 people in it.
Yes.
You're in there for, like, an hour, and your kid's screaming.
Yeah.
And they don't stop, and you're not getting out of line because...
I think we talked about this on the podcast. If there's a screaming kid behind you and you're not with a kid, let the mom go.
Let them.
Let them. Oh my gosh, are we always going to say let them?
No, I think that'll get over soon.
It'll phase out? Yeah. Okay. This is the last episode that we'll stop talking about it.
I actually didn't read the book, did you?
I read half of it, and I feel like I got the gist.
What's the gist?
The gist is just, like...
Let them.
Yeah.
What is it? Like, give me a scenario where you let them.
Okay, this was a really good one, and I feel like one that stood out to me is she talked about, and I feel like you'll resonate with this, she talked about how there was a group of women her age, and that they were friends, and they had all, like, raised kids together and done this stuff, and she saw that they were on a girls' trip, and it really bothered her because she was like, wait, I, like, wasn't invited on that girls' trip. Have you heard of this scenario?
No.
And she was like, I was having this, like, internal battle, like, oh my gosh, I need to fix it, I need to text all of them, I need to do this, and then she did some, like, internal retrospective work, and she was like, actually, I haven't been investing in these relationships. Like, it's not their job to, like, make sure that, like, I'm taken care of. Like, let them go on the trip, let them have fun, and then let me figure out, like, wait, why wasn't I invited? Like, why? Just kind of more like, don't try to control other people. Because if you spend your life trying to control other people, you're going to be miserable. Kind of thing.
I get that. For some reason in my mind, the scenario was like, I don't know. I'm picturing, like, kids at the park, and, like, some kids are acting crazy, and, like, some moms are, and you're just like, let them.
No, she actually says, like, with little kids, the let them theory does not work the same way.
Okay.
Which actually, like, I do think sometimes I've been saying, like, let them. This summer, something that's been helping me is I've been trying to say yes when it doesn't completely inconvenience or, like, throw off the whole schedule of the day.
If it's not that big of a deal, you just say yes.
Yes, exactly. And I feel like I used to be a mom, I still very much am, it's something I'm working on, where, like, I wanted to control every aspect. Like, if my daughter wanted to wear a princess dress to lunch, I was like, no, you can't. Or, like, if they wanted to wear shoes that didn't match their outfit, I was like, no, you can't. Or if they wanted to eat something, and I was like, they've already had a popsicle today, they don't, like, I'm trying to be more like, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, today they wanted to put tattoos all over their arms, like temporary tattoos, and I was like, normally I would say no to that, but I'm like, yes. Like, if it's going to make you happy.
Yeah.
There's so many times as a mom of littles that you have to say no or don't.
Yes.
Don't do that. Don't climb on that. Stop doing that.
Half of it is, like, safety stuff, so you have to say no.
Yes. And so I'm trying to say yes to the things that I can say yes to and not be, like, just so controlling. Because who cares if they're wearing a princess dress to lunch?
Yeah. It's not
at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. It's not worth the fight.
Choose your battles, honestly.
So I feel like that's been my version of let them.
For the kids?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to do some more research on the let them theory and circle back. Okay, wait, should we talk about our trip?
Yes.
Okay, so we went on a girls' trip to Nashville. It was very, very fun. First question, what was your take on Nashville? Do you feel like it was the perfect, like, girls?
Yes. If you're planning a girls' trip, especially with, like, what we wanted to do, I feel like it was the perfect place. Like, we wanted to eat, shop, listen to music, and just, like, be girls. Yes. And I feel like, and, like, dress up.
Yeah.
And, like, do fun things. I feel like it was the perfect place. My thing about Nashville is, and you'll probably agree with this, it's not as walkable or accessible as other cities. Like, it's definitely more spread out, but it was so much fun. Like, whenever I'm sad, I'm going to think about us line dancing at Luke Combs' bar.
Yeah, that was so fun.
And just, like, that was just, like, such a fun moment. The whole thing was fun.
It was so fun. And it was nice to let loose and, like, not have the kids be there and just to, like, enjoy the time. We were there for such a short trip. We left on a Thursday, didn't get into, like, 11 p.m., and then we left, like, a Sunday afternoon. So it was, like, really 2 days.
Yeah.
But we really packed it in.
We packed it in.
Stayed up to, like, 3 or 4 a.m. every night. What was that about?
No, that was crazy. But do you know why that trip was so fun? Is, like, we weren't moms. We were just girls.
Yes.
On that trip, we were just girls. Like, we were just doing all the girly things, going to the girly places, staying up late, like, yapping all night. Like, I truly felt like I was able to turn my mom brain off.
Yes.
For that trip, and it was just so good.
Besides the fact us telling everyone, we're moms.
Oh. Our favorite thing to ask the Uber driver. So how many kids do you think we have between the four of us? There's 4 of us. And they'd be like, I don't know why. And then one Uber driver, she was like, well, I'm pregnant with my 8th. And it's like, okay, well, you almost have as many as the 4 of us have.
Yeah, she beat us in that game.
She won that game.
It was so fun, though. I do feel like it was, again, like, yes, we could just be girls, relax, have fun. The dancing, like, I haven't danced in a long time. Like, I don't go dancing, like, ever.
I didn't know I still had it in me.
I didn't know I still had it in me. The music was so good. Like, the people were amazing. Like, even just, like, people watching. But I was, like, a little out of our league as far as, like, people dressed to the nines and, like, went hard. Yeah. I was like, okay. Like, they say it's, like, the bachelor city. But do you know what's funny? There was actually, like, a ton of older men, like 60-year-old, like on guys' trips.
It was bachelorette parties of young girls and then old men being creepy. But, like, I didn't feel ever like old men were creepy to us. Like, we made a TikTok of, like, moves that we do at the club to keep the men away. But I feel like that's truly the vibe we were giving off was, like, we don't want to talk to you. Yeah, like, we're moms. Like, Luke Combs' bar specifically I loved because it was, like, lit up.
Yep.
People were there just there to dance.
Yes.
Like, Morgan Wallen's bar, you could tell people were, like, looking.
They were like a club vibe.
It was more of a club vibe. But, like, Luke Combs' bar, what was it called? Just Luke Combs' bar?
I think it's called Category 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I remember that from the maps.
But, like, I just feel like people were there to have a good time.
Yes.
There was people there from, like, grandmas.
Yes, tons of grandmas.
Yes, tons of grandmas. Like, I felt like we were just all there having a good time and, like, dancing, and it was so fun.
I was very proud of myself. Okay, my highlight was racing Savannah.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, guys.
Can we post the video?
We'll need to post the video. The video is, like, the lighting's not great, so you can't even tell how competitive
we were in a hotel room hallway.
Okay, so there's a TikTok trend where you, like, make your friends run and, like, at full speed. And, like, a hidden talent of mine is actually I'm very fast. Like, I'm proud of it.
You are so fast. Like, honestly, like, you could run from a bear. I'm not even just saying that. Like, do you feel confident that you could run from a bear?
I don't know. I do think I could run for my life, yeah. That does feel right.
No, you could run for your life.
I, like, would love to race more people. Like,
have you raced Sam, your husband?
I haven't, but I want to. Like, I think.
Can you please, let's do, like, a date night, and, like, you'll run away from Sam, see if he can catch you, and I'll run away from Camden.
Okay. That'll be our date day.
I'll probably throw up at the end.
I raced my sisters, and I can beat them, so shout out to them. I can beat them. But Savannah and I want to rematch. So our other friend came with us, and she raced me as well. We were, like, racing. We were competitive together.
In the hotel hallway at what time? 12 p.m.?
It was probably, like, 1 at that point. I don't know what got into
Maddie and I were like, you guys do that. Like, we're good to spectate. Like, spectate, right? Like, I was like, yeah, I'm not fast.
We took it so serious. Like, I swore I ran into the freaking wall.
Yes, I feel really bad. So I was filming it, and I was like, hey, guys, to film a really good video, I need you to, like, I'm going to film, and you run past me. We're in this, like, skinny hallway. And so they're running full speed. And the end of the hallway is right behind me. So Becca is giving it her all, and she runs into the door so loud. And we kind of thought she was, like, joking. Like, I thought, because you were behind me, so I just heard the bang. So I thought maybe you just, like, hit the wall and were, like, being dramatic. And it was 1 a.m., so we were like, we're going to get kicked out of this 5-star hotel. Like, we need to get out of here. So we all started running. Little do we know, Becca's, like, actually down bad.
Yes, I was hurt.
Wait, do you have bruises from that?
No, luckily I think they're all gone now.
No, she was, like, fully scraped up and hurt and, like, on the verge of tears. And we were like, she's like, guys!
I'm like, you left me. I'm sad. But we're like, honestly, we're so sorry. To my own fault, to my own competitiveness. But it was fun to see my other friend get competitive too. And, like, I told her I want to meet her out on the track. So
I will show up and be the referee.
Yeah.
I can't sprint like that. Like, I was so impressed that after 3 kids that you could do that.
It's a hidden talent. My one talent I have.
You have a lot of talent.
The line dancing I could not do, but the sprinting I did.
Oh, the line dancing was so fun. So Nashville, we did everything from sprinting in the hallways to line dancing.
It was like
to buying
also
cowgirl boots.
Like none of us drink, so I feel like that was also funny because it was like we were definitely doing like very wholesome activities.
Very wholesome activity. Like
we
were at the bars.
Home, this girl was chatting it up with us, and she goes, "That is so great. You guys did that on your trip. I would love a wholesome trip like that."
We thought we were like being so crazy, and she's like, "You guys are so wholesome."
Okay, one story I wanted to tell. So when I was gone in Nashville, first off, like it's hard to leave your kids, right? It's always like it's so rewarding when you get there, but it's nerve-wracking. You like hope they're gonna be safe. You're gonna miss them. Like getting everything ready to go. You almost are like regretting right before you leave. Like, maybe I should just stay. And I think I was definitely feeling that. And when I was gone on my trip, Colson, my oldest son, he's 5, said to Sam, he's like, "Hey, Dad, do you know Sonny?" And it's our dog. He's like, "Where's his mom?" He's never had his mom since he's lived with us. And he's like, basically making the parallel of like, doesn't it make him sad his mom isn't here? And he's kind of saying like, my mom's not here, and so I'm really sad. And so Sam was kind of matching that parallel.
He like didn't want to admit it, but he's like, when Sonny doesn't have his mom, he's probably sad.
He's like, "Where is Sonny's mom? Do you think he wants to go home to his mom?" Like, and Sam was like, "No, we're his family now." And stuff. He's like, "Yeah, but he probably just really wants his mom." And
did he explain to him that like animals are kind of different?
No, I don't think he got that deep. But so Sam told me that when I got home, and then it actually was like perfectly like ironic. The next day, I had already been home. You know, whatever. We greeted each other, so sweet. And we are walking around our house, and there's a little baby duck literally in our window well. And like
baby ducks are the cutest.
It was so cute. And anyways, Colson was like found it or whatever, and he's like, "We need to find his mom. Like, I don't know where his mom is." And Sam was like, "Okay, I actually think I might know like where this duck belongs because there's a tiny pond like a half mile. It's kind of far."
Yeah.
And anyway, so they walked down there. Sam put on like gloves. He's like, "I don't want them to get my scent because I guess you know how they can like."
He knows.
Yeah, because then the duck wouldn't go to his mom.
Wait,
anyways,
hold on. You have to say what you named the duck first.
Okay, Colson named the duck Faster.
Faster. Why?
He was fast. He was very fast. So they go down.
Faster than you.
Sam, Colson, and Faster go down to the. Shoot, I need to raise him. Go down to the little pond, and they put the duck in the pond. There's no other like ducks in the pond, and all of a sudden they start hearing quack 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 quack, and then like they were talking to each other, and the mom came out, and the little baby duck, it was so cute, just swam over to it and got in line. And like Colson was so happy.
Wait, why am I gonna cry? We have to post the video because I saw the video, but now knowing the story, I'm seriously tearing up.
Isn't it so cute? He's like, how long was
Faster with you guys?
He was there like our nanny and Colson found him originally, so probably 3 or 4 hours. Like, and it's pretty far. And so the reuniting, it was just so cute, and it was just like a full circle moment, and it's just like just so sweet to be a kid's mom, basically.
The video, you like see the duck and all the ducklings, and then you see him like rejoin them, and they're all just like in a perfect line, and I was like, is this a Disney movie?
Yes, it was so cute. And then Colson's reaction to the best too, he's like, he's so happy. He finally found his mom because he missed his mom. He's home now. And anyways, those little tender moments, I'm just like, it's just so sweet. Full circle moment from us leaving Nashville.
We have to post the video because it really is like, is there going to be a Disney movie made about this?
Oh, for sure.
Faster. Faster. Like, if Pixar wants to reach out to you, are you down?
They should. I'll create a full story.
LA needs to call you.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we got to talk about what everyone's talking about because we are kind of at the epicenter of reality TV.
I feel like going into like right before summer, there's like the best TV. It's like everything is like coming out. So I personally have been loving Survivor. I've been loving The Last of Us, and we would need to talk about, especially since we're Utah girls, Secret Life of Mormon Wives.
Yes, we have to talk about it because I think we have to talk about it because we thought, or at least this was my kind of like take on it, was I was thinking that Secret Life of Mormon Wives was popular because everyone I knew was talking about it because we live where it's filmed.
Yes.
And like we've met a few of them, you've met a few of them, I've met a few of them. Like we kind of, it's like everyone has a connection to at least someone on the show where we live because everyone, when they're Mormon, is related to each other.
Yes.
But anyways, and so I thought it was just popular in like our circles. No, it is popular everywhere. It is blowing up. Like you said, you get questions about.
I was going to say, I work for a Bay Area company, and everyone, like, we were at a company retreat, and everyone's coming from all over the United States, like East Coast, West Coast, South, whatever. And everyone's like, okay, tell me about the secret life of Mormon wives.
No, it is huge.
Do you want to hear their questions?
Yeah, I want to know.
And then you should tell me your responses.
Okay. Like,
question number 1. Is Swig really good?
Okay.
That good, they actually say.
Well, you know, me and Swig had some drama earlier this year.
But you love Swig, I feel like.
I love Swig, but we did have
beef.
Swig. Yeah, we had some beef. You could go on my TikTok if you want to see the video. It accidentally blew up because I was hating on Swig.
And then it switched to $1 Swig, and you're like,
yeah, I was hating on Swig because this is so off topic, but they're kids' drinks. I got 3 kids' drinks, and it was $16. And I was like, why is a drink this big $5? Anyways, it was a thing, okay? I vented on the internet. It blew up. Swig hates me. Just kidding. They've made amends. They have no idea who I am.
Yeah, they're so big now. I feel like half the reason they're so big is because of Secret Life of Mormon Wives.
Yes. So is Swig really good? Swig specifically, I don't think is better than the other soda shops. Does soda with additives make life better? 100%. Can you buy this stuff and do it at home? Yes. Is it the same way that, like, sometimes getting a coffee at a coffee shop is better than making yours at home? Yes.
I agree. I think it is that good. I personally am not the biggest soda drinker, but I do love, like, a little, like, lime in a drink or something. Yes. Like, that's amazing. I will say it is very sugary, though. Like, half the time I get the drinks from them, I feel like I'm drinking a Slurpee.
Yes.
So just get prepared for that. Okay, here's our next question.
Hold on, I want to know your Swig order, though.
If I'm going to go, which I really don't go very much, I'll do a Dr. Pepper regular, not diet, unless they have Dr. Pepper Zero, which I don't know if they do. I don't think they do.
Is that even a thing? Dr. Pepper Zero?
I've seen it.
Is that different than Diet Dr. Pepper?
Ooh. You don't know that?
Oh, I'm a Diet Coke.
That's right. Okay, yeah. I don't look.
I'm a classic girl.
You're a classic. I'm in the new age with the Dr. Pepper Zero.
So Gen Z
with
a
little bit. I think Gen Z hates soda. I don't see them liking soda. I feel like they like tea.
Is it like matcha?
Like matcha and like cute teas. Like honestly, I feel like that's more their vibe.
I love tea, but like I actually love all drinks. I actually don't discriminate. Okay,
you're a drink connoisseur. Okay, Dr. Pepper, coconut, and a little bit of fresh lime.
Coconut cream?
Coconut syrup, no cream. I don't like it creamy. That's weird to me.
Okay, I'll tell you my healthy order and my not healthy order. My not healthy order is Diet Coke, raspberry puree, coconut cream. And that was like my order in college.
Isn't that a Secret Life's one too? I feel like I've heard them say raspberry.
I mean, I've been drinking that since.
So really, you're the original.
No, but like I drank that in college. Every day I would get one. So that was what? How many years ago? I don't even want to say.
Has Swig been around that long?
Bro, yes.
I guess I do remember going in college.
Swig.
Their little pink cookies though are.
Yes, but my mother-in-law makes them, like kind of a dupe of them. So much better.
Really?
Should we try to make them?
No, have your mother-in-law make them for us. I want
that's
one.
a better idea. Okay, and then if I'm going for like a healthier order, I'll do Diet Coke, sugar-free cranberry, and fresh lime.
That sounds amazing, actually.
That's really good. Like you would never think cranberry and lime.
Is it kind of Christmassy?
Do you want me to tell you a drink I tried yesterday? Not really. I feel like cranberry actually gets misrepresented as being a Christmas flavor, but like, have you had a cranberry Sprite?
I haven't, but that sounds good.
Really good.
Okay, I'll try it.
So is Swig really that good? Swig specifically, no. Flavored sodas,
yes. And
yes.
The truth is that truly everyone does like get like okay. Here's like the myth. It's like people at other places get coffee. Like truly, the Swig line in the morning at 7 a.m. is like 50 cars.
Probably 15 minutes away from us. There is a Swig and a Starbucks next to each other. It will be 9 a.m. and the Swig is around the parking lot, and you can just drive right through the Starbucks. Sometimes being a coffee drinker in Utah actually has its perks because convenient. You don't have to wait as long.
I agree. Okay, here's the other question they have. Does everyone really have extensions?
Yes. Yes, they do.
As an extension wearer myself. Okay, this is actually so embarrassing because I would say I'm like pretty low maintenance. Like
you are the most low maintenance friend I have.
But I can come across a little bit girly. Like I used to get my nails done, which I want to go back to.
Yes, but like you don't wear makeup, like you are not high maintenance. So you having extensions to me is like the most shocking thing about you.
It's a bit embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, no, it's not embarrassing. It just doesn't match your vibe.
Yeah, it doesn't match who I am.
Because I feel like in the past it's been like extensions, eyelash extensions,
nails,
plastic surgery, nails, like designer purses, like
spray tan,
all the stuff. And you You actually changed extensions for me.
Okay, let me tell you what my hairstylist said, and here's why I end up getting extensions. I don't feel like I have like the Utah extensions, which is like super, super long, but postpartum, I had like really thin hair, like really thin. So what I would do is every time I was postpartum, I just chopped my hair off because I'm like, it's just not worth it. And my hairstylist was like, what if you just got one row for thickness?
Yes.
I promise you won't even notice they're there. And I'm like, truly, I'm so low maintenance. I just don't think it's going to get fit me. I don't even like blow drying my hair. And she's like, just try it. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. Now, like 2.5 years later.
You're obsessed.
I'm obsessed. Like I could never not have them.
You have almost convinced me to do it so many times because you guys can see. My hair's a sad situation. And it's in its regrowth era, but like it's getting
longer.
It's getting longer, but I chopped it and it will not regrow. So many times you've actually told me to wait until fall.
Yeah, wait till it's a little bit longer.
Until after summer, wait till it's a little longer, but I want to get them. But does everyone in Utah have extensions? Maybe not like our specific circle of friends don't.
A good handful do, though.
Yeah. And I will say, like, people in Utah are pretty good at extensions.
Yeah.
Pretty good at hair. There's, like, lots of hairstylists.
Lots of blondes, lots of nails. Like, I will say there is a Utah look. It's funny because I was literally sending our, like, thing to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is, it's a Utah look. Extensions, eyelash extensions, Stanley Cup, but I'm here for it. And I'm like, honestly, true.
No, there is
Hydro
a
jug
Utah
now, though.
look, for sure.
Okay, is there any other, like, secret life questions we need to cover? Okay, hold on.
Oh, wait, I have a question for you.
Okay.
What do you think the show, is there part of the show that you think, like, was so untrue or misleading about just, like, Utah or Mormons in general? And what did they get right that maybe people would be surprised about? So what did they get wrong and what did they get right? Like, what did
Do you know the answer to this? Maybe you start because I haven't thought through it.
Okay, let me think. I think something they got wrong. Oh, this is what they got wrong. The last scene, which, spoiler alert, if you haven't finished the last episode, oh gosh, what's her name? I'm so bad with names of people and shows.
Is it the main girl?
No, there's
Taylor Frankie Paul.
No. Layla, which I have met her before, and she was so sweet. Like,
she seems
literally
sweet in the show.
So sweet. Layla was meeting with Mauricio.
Oh yeah.
Who had some sort of fling thing with either Demi or Demi or Jesse. And so they met, and he was holding a snowboard and had snowboard boots on, and she's like, hey, like, how was it? And he's like, good. And he was like, yeah, I was just at Deer Valley. Deer Valley is a skiing-only resort.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that.
And they were not at Deer Valley. Like, I have been skiing at Deer Valley since I was 3 years old. They were not at Deer Valley.
There's no snowboards allowed at Deer Valley.
It's one of the only ski-only resorts in the country. And he was like, yeah, I was at Deer Valley. And then he named, like, another resort that, it just, like, did not add up. Like, there were so many holes in that story. And then he, like, was taking off his stuff, like, he just went skiing, but his hair was, like, perfect. It looked like he had, like, hair and makeup on. So that to me was a miss.
Let's just say reality TV ain't reality.
Well, and like, if you're gonna film in the state with the best skiing in the world, at least like get the resorts right.
And like put on skis, don't snowboard.
Yeah.
Okay, I used to snowboard though, so hard out to the snowboarders.
Okay, the thing they got the most right.
I actually have a wrong for that.
Okay, do the wrong and then we'll do our rights.
When he goes, I just assume that the Secret Life cast were swingers.
Yeah.
I do feel like that's actually wrong because, like, I feel like there's this assumption that, like, Mormons are polygamous. That's not true.
No,
It is a common assumption, though. People ask me all the time.
Oh, growing up, my biggest question was, so how many wives does your dad have?
Yeah.
And I would just be like, 11.
Yeah.
I mean, we both grew up Mormon, and the questions you get, especially I grew up in California, and the weirdest one I got, I told you this the other day, was people would be like, does every Mormon have a trampoline in their backyard?
Yeah.
Like,
really?
So people would ask me.
What? Why? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know, because every Mormon that they knew had a trampoline.
Tramps are fun.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, weird stuff like that. Okay, what's something that they got right?
I think this is more what I've seen on TikTok, but how beautiful Utah is. I think it is captured in the show, but like, not to like encourage people to move here, but I think like...
Don't come, please.
The beautiful scenes, like it actually is a very beautiful place.
Utah is a very beautiful place, and it is very family friendly, and I feel like they did show that. And they didn't even, in the show, they didn't even show the most beautiful parts.
No, but it
it did show.
Don't move here, but.
Yeah, it's actually, that wasn't Utah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the TikToks where this is, I don't know why, this is just like my kind of humor. It will be a video of the beach, like Hawaii, and they'll be like, oh, like Vineyard, Utah is so cool.
Yes.
And it's like, people are like, yeah, I love Vineyard.
Yes.
Like trying, oh my gosh, I don't know why that like sarcastic kind of humor of
so
like
funny.
Just like blatantly not
Come
true.
move to Hurricane.
Hurricane, that's what it said. It was like, oh, I love Hurricane, Utah. It's literally like Maui.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not what a hurricane looks like. Okay, I want to think of something else that the show got really well. I do feel like, okay, I'll say this. This might be a little controversial, so you don't have to say anything if you don't want to. I feel like we obviously live in Utah. Mormonism is a big part of Utah, right? I do feel like the nuances and just like how like everyone is kind of in a different place when it comes to Mormonism in the church, whether they're raised in it, whether they're not Mormon anymore, whether they're their own type of Mormon, whether they're really devout Mormon. I feel like that is a very real thing, is like religion is very personal, but also very much like involved in your everyday. And it's very integrated. Like church and state, there's like no separation.
Yeah.
It's kind of like everyone knows who's Mormon, everyone knows who's not, everyone knows like it is kind of like a part of our daily conversations. And I feel like the show does show that like everyone's in a different spot when it comes to the church.
Yeah.
And I do think that's true.
Yeah. I agree.
So that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, Secret Lives, Mormon Wives.
Enough Mormonism for tonight.
Yeah, I will say it's extremely entertaining. And if you don't like reality TV, it's probably not for you. But I love reality TV.
Me too.
Speaking of reality TV, Love Island is coming on soon as well. And that's like one of my favorites.
I thought it started yesterday.
Did it start already?
No, maybe it didn't start yet.
Good, because I have something to binge tonight. Okay.
Should we do like weekly watch parties?
Yes, for Live Island, but guess what? It comes out every day. So no.
Oh, no. Yeah,
that's why it's kind of the best though. It's like
you can watch it every single night.
You can watch it every day.
Does Sam watch it with you?
He doesn't like watch it, but like he'll like be on his phone and like watch it, and then he's kind of like, haha.
Yeah, no, I think it's good though. You have to have your shows, and then you have to have your shows with your spouse, and you have to have both. But my biggest pet peeve is when I start a show and I'm like, this is gonna be my show.
Yes.
I need a show when I'm folding laundry or like he's doing something else, but then he starts to watch my show.
And watches it without you?
No. And then he's like, don't watch it without me. And I'm like, bro, I was on this journey by myself. Like, you entered the journey. I'm not going to stop the journey.
Yeah. I'm usually that person, actually. I'm the one that comes in on the journey. Okay, wait. I do have to circle up on like 2 other shows that I love. Okay,
yeah.
The Survivor this season. You know, I've talked to you about it.
You love Survivor.
Guys, Survivor's so good.
I need to watch it.
Wholesome in this season. Like, honestly, the best cast. Like, the final 4, amazing. Like, loved all of them. Like, and almost all of the final 4, I'm doing the math. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the whole group of the final 4 is going into, like, the season 50, which is, like, the huge, big thing because they've had 50 seasons.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, if you're a Survivor fan, you know.
Do I need to start? It seems like Survivor to me feels the same as, like, starting Grey's Anatomy. Like, you are signing up for the long haul.
You don't have to watch every season. I would watch this last season, though. Like, it is excellent.
Okay.
And it's kid-friendly. So, like, our kids love it. They even like to like, go outside and, like, pretend they're playing Survivor.
Okay, that's actually a good idea because I cannot handle any more kid shows. Like, even just having them on in the background.
Okay, Survivor's actually a good kid show.
Okay. Do you think, like, Graham would like it? He's almost 2.
Probably not. Like, it's not the most, like, get your eyes zoning in on the show, like, addicting.
It's not Miss Rachel.
It's not Miss Rachel.
Kidding,
it's not Coco Melon.
Oh,
but
Coco Melon,
I will say, like, it is entertaining. The boys love, like, the challenges. Sometimes, like, skip to the challenges. But, okay. So that's amazing. Definitely watch it and circle back. And then, did you watch or are you watching The Last of Us?
No, I'm going to start it tonight.
Guys, it is so good. I just want to talk about one episode because it really relates to parenting. Okay, so to give you the context, I'm not the best storyteller, but I'll try to give you the context here. And it's not a spoiler.
Okay.
So one episode, it like shows the main guy flashing back to his childhood and his parents like parenting him. And like you could tell he was like kind of an abusive dad, and it basically says like he grew up with an abusive dad too. And the dad like tells this line in the show. I'm gonna read it because I don't want to mess it up.
Well, you were prepared.
Yeah.
She's got receipts.
I got receipts. Okay, and this is the line. He's sitting down with his son and he's like kind of apologizing, or like he wasn't like abusive in this moment, but he's kind of saying like, I know I haven't been like the perfect dad, whatever. Yeah. And then he says, when it's your turn, I hope you do a little better than me. Kind of like speaking, why is this going to make me emotional? Because he's like speaking to like what his dad was. And then it turns like the next scene when he's a dad and he tells like his daughter in the show, when he goes, when it's your turn, I hope you do a little better than me. And like, honestly, I don't know why that really like touches me.
No, it's cute.
And it's like, we're not doing it all right, but it's like when it's your, like, hopefully you can give your kids a great life, and then like when it's their turn, like they'll do a little better than us.
Bit better.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, I love that.
Watch The Last of Us. It's really not all cute moments. It's actually really scary and really crazy, but it's a good show.
Do you think I would like it then? Like, is it like,
it's not
what's
like
crazy and scary?
Zombies.
Oh, I can't do that.
Really? Like what? I like can't do
blood?
Creepy. No.
Violence?
I would say violence, yeah, but not like. I feel like you could handle it because I can handle it. It's not creepy and it's not realistic. I think that for me, I can't do realistic.
Yeah, like realistic horror.
Yeah. Like,
I used to love horror movies. Like that was my favorite thing
watch
to do.
the first episode and see. It is a bit intense.
Okay, we'll see. I can't even watch like Dexter.
I don't know what that
show is. It was like a murder show. Game of Thrones was too intense for me.
It's a similar vibe to Game of Thrones, but not as intense.
Okay, are there lots of like sounds? You know when like violent shows like you hear no, but like you know when there's a lot of violent shows and you hear the like like that kind of sound. Like it's like you honestly, can hear the blood getting like squirting out of them.
Yeah. I would say yeah. Honestly, it's good though. And the thing that's nice about it, if I'm really getting deep here, is they kind of switch off every other episode. So one episode's like really intense and really violent, and then the next episode's more of a storyline. Like this one, where it's like, I hope you do better than me. It was a storyline episode. So like it's kind of nice. You get a bit of both. I feel like you could handle it.
Okay, I'll try it tonight and I'll report back. Okay,
guys. This episode, getting into the actual thick of it.
Once we're how many minutes in, we can actually start the episode.
It's just an advice column episode, but we had some actually really good write-ins. Like I had to like think about these because I was like, wow, these are honestly kind of tough. Yeah. And I just want to give the like forewarning disclaimer that honestly, like our lives aren't perfect and I'm not necessarily good at all these things. I'm going to give you like the advice I'd want to give myself or that I've gotten from other people or seen on like social media or something. But I'll just share my story from this week. I definitely had like a pretty bad parenting moment and I got pretty mad and I was definitely yelling. So, but later that night I saw like a story from like, have you seen like Dr. Becky, Good Inside is her book?
Anyways, sounds familiar.
I'm sure you've seen her. She's all around the internet. And she put this thing and it says like, I don't follow the like propaganda, good parents don't yell, but what I follow is like good parents sometimes yell, but they also repair.
Oh,
and I was like,
that.
Honestly, that made me feel good because like truly half the time I'm really not doing that great of a job, but I like hope that I can like repair things and like make them better. So there's my disclaimer. I definitely have like failure moments. So if you're failing, you're definitely not alone. At least in this circle.
No, for sure. I feel like it's funny because when you suggested we do an advice episode, I was like, I think I need more advice than like I can give. But we do have such a like awesome group of mom friends and like we have awesome moms ourselves that we can get advice from. So
yes.
And we'll do our best.
It would also be good to like maybe we'll throw some of these on our like stories too and have people write in because
that's a good idea. What they would say.
Okay, here's the first question. How do I get in shape post-babies?
I was actually talking about my sister-in-law today at the pool about this because she was like, hopefully she's okay with me sharing this. She's like, I was trying to do the math of like how many months do I have to get back in shape? And I was like, as many as you need. There is no right answer. I hate the bounce back like saying. Like you're going to bounce back. And I totally get it. Like I don't even think when people say bounce back, they just mean body-wise. I think it's like bounce back just like mentally and like bounce back, all those things. But with every baby, I will say it's taken me longer. My third baby, it took me 2 years to finally like feel like I was physically back in like not even how I was before kids. Because
but in a state that felt good.
Yes, your body, and I'm not going to say never, but most likely don't put the pressure on your body to look the way it did before kids because it's kind of, I don't want to say impossible because some people definitely do it, but it's an uphill battle.
It is.
We're so hard on ourselves.
And I think, we put that pressure on ourselves. And I think like my first thought was like, don't compare yourself to other people either. Yeah. Like everyone's journey is different. And like you can't compare yourself because it's going to look different for everybody. And I think the comparison, even comparing yourself to your old body is not good. It's not positive. No. Like, it's better to think, like, I love my body now.
I also validate wanting to feel good and confident in your body because we were talking about even before we started recording, like, and maybe this is toxic of me, but, like, I do feel better when I'm healthier and stronger. I feel like I just have more energy. I have more of this, and a way that I do that is, like, when I start to lose the baby weight. Like, I do just feel a little bit more better. I feel a little bit more like myself. And maybe that's like something I need to go to therapy for, but it does make me feel better when I feel more like secure in my own body. Where was I going with this? I had something to say. Oh, so I will say some like tangible tips.
Yeah.
Something that's really helped me, and I know we've both done this. Go get your hormones checked. I like have talked about this on the podcast before, but postpartum wrecks you. And this isn't even so much to physically bounce back. I'm like talking about mentally. Because it is so much on your body physically to have a baby and be postpartum. Your nutrition is completely depleted.
Yeah.
Basically, you're giving everything from your body to sustain this life, to bring this baby to life, and then to sustain it. And your hormones are going to be out of whack. Your nutrition's going to be out of whack. Your iron's probably low. Your testosterone's probably low.
Yep.
Find a doctor that you trust. Specifically, I would say one that does like women's hormones. Mm-hmm. Go get a panel done and take the supplements that you can take. Like, I know you and I talked about this because you were like, well, I'm going to wait till I'm done nursing. Yeah. You went and met a hormone doctor while you were nursing, and there was like, things you could do.
Things you can do while you're still nursing.
While you're still nursing. So if you do just want to, like, feel better physically, this changed the game for me because I got my hormones checked, found out I had hypothyroidism, that I was pre-diabetic, found out all these things. And so, like, I wasn't losing weight, and I wasn't feeling better. I was feeling so crappy. Even though I was doing all the right things, I was hitting my protein, I was working out, nothing was moving and nothing was changing because my body was depleted.
Yeah. I completely agree. I think that's a huge, easy, like, tactic, not easy, but something you can actually, like, go see if, like, what you can fix. A few more, like, tactical tips as well as, like, I would say, like, value, like, consistency over, like, seeing, like, a huge change. It's more just, like, can you walk 5 minutes every day? Like, something I like to do is I'll put my workout clothes on in the morning because it's more likely I'll work out, like, at some point in the day if my workout clothes are on. Yeah. It's just something I don't have to do. Yeah. And, like, that's the first step. Just put your workout clothes on even if you don't do anything with it. And then
set them out the night before. That's something I like to do is because then I'm more likely to work out in the morning if my clothes are set out. And I just, like, put them on right away. I'll go to the earlier workout class if I'm ready.
Yep. And, like, find, like, cute either workout or regular clothes that fit you. Like, don't feel like you need to, like, fit right back into, like, the stuff you already had. And then I would say with working out, like, do something that's fun. Like, whether it's your gym that's fun with, like, your girlfriends where you're just chatting, or, like, you like hiking or doing something with your kids. Like, try to do something fun that's not, like, a chore.
Love the workout we specifically do. We go to a gym where it's, like, a lot of our friends go. Our kids go to Childcare, which they love because they're with all of their friends. And it's fun, and it's, like, 45 minutes. It's short. It's not too long. And truly, there's so many, like, there's a lot of days I don't want to work out, but I want to go see my friends.
Yep.
And so, like, group workouts, going on walks, like, doing stuff like that. Like, for me, I got a Peloton, and I was like, I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. I'm going to Peloton all the time. I hated that Peloton. It felt like a punishment. Every time I had to go do a class, I hated it so much. And so I didn't want to do it. Whereas, so really just, like, try a bunch of things.
Yep.
And I really think moms, like, deserve 45 minutes to an hour to, like, do something for them.
Yeah.
And so if there's a gym with childcare where you can do that, it's such a game changer. It's really helped me mentally.
Yeah. And, like, again, the pressure's off. Like,
there's no rush.
There's no rush. And, like, maybe you don't end up getting back into shape. Like, that's fine. Like, it's just, there's so much pressure to be a certain way and look a certain way, and just take that pressure off yourself.
Yeah. And it's really, like, don't put a time limit. I think that was my biggest advice is, like, don't put a time limit, like, oh, I want to be back to shape in a year or this. Like, take the little steps, like you said, be consistent and be patient.
Yeah, love it. Okay, tips for staying patient when your baby is crying or whining.
Noise canceling headphones. Just kidding. But, like, kind of not kidding.
Put your AirPods
Have you ever had to do that?
On a drive, yeah. We were, like, we couldn't stop. Like, we had to go. Like, it was like, I know my baby's safe, so I have to just, like, keep going. We have to make it home.
My mom gives really good advice to new moms because she's a labor and delivery nurse. She'll say, and now I might butcher how she says this, but she's like, there will be moments when you are so overstimulated, so overwhelmed, your baby's crying, you can't get the baby to stop, and, like, you can feel the rage and, like, the overwhelm overcome you to a point where, like, not that it's scary, but, like, it can get scary.
Yeah.
She's like, when you feel that, put the baby in a room, in a safe environment, in their crib, let them cry for a minute, go put on headphones and breathe. Just for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, this might be controversial, but that baby crying for 5 minutes, for you to just, like, take a minute, I can, like, feel myself, like,
getting
remembering
back to
those moments. Yes, like, it is so hard. There's literally a hormone Do you know this?
Mm-mm.
When a baby cries, the mom releases a hormone.
Oh,
A stress hormone.
That. Like their baby crying.
Yes, and
right?
men get it too, but not to the scale that women get it. And it's literally a survival thing.
Yeah.
It's so that, like, moms will take care of their babies and, like, help them. But no, the cortisol spike that happens when your baby's crying, like, take deep breaths.
Yeah,
take deep breaths and, like, try to ground yourself. That is something I have a really hard time with.
It's really hard. The whining, too, as they get older and as toddlers, like, it is so frustrated. I wish I had, like, a better tip, because I think it's just, like, you are overstimulated, and, like, you just have to be gentle with yourself in those moments. Yeah. Like, and it will pass. Like, that's the thing, is it will pass. I don't know how to help kids stop whining. I think it's just, like, part of...
Whining, to me, is actually the hardest part about being a mom.
It's hard.
Because it's, like... I don't even know how to explain it. The whining, to me, is just, like, nails on a chalkboard. Like,
yes.
Ugh, stop whining.
Well, and I think sometimes they're whining about, like, things that, like, they should be grateful. Like, why didn't you get them, like, a treat? Why didn't I get a bigger size?
Yes.
Or, like,
yeah,
it's just like, come on, I just got you this. And I think, like, I don't know the psychology behind why kids do that or whine.
Why they whine.
But I do think, like, it's just, again, taking a breath, be patient
and
with yourself.
And have them take a breath.
Yeah.
We'll always tell our kids, like, start again. Like, take a deep breath. I can't understand you when you're whining. Or, like, let's take a deep breath. Can you try asking in a different way?
Exactly.
Because, like, you know how it feels to be a kid and really want something and be frustrated. Like, you kind of automatically whine.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you can take a deep breath. I mean, I feel like I do it as an adult. Like, even just getting angry. Like, taking a deep breath, having them take a second.
Yep.
Both taking a break and trying to, like, slow down the moment, which isn't always easy, but that's what works for us.
I feel calm right now with what you're doing. Like, I'm like,
and breathe in and breathe out. We're good, Mom.
We're good.
It's okay to yell sometimes.
It's hard. I'll say the whining really gets to me too. And like, what I sometimes try to do is just reframe. Like, okay, they've had a hard day. They've been in the sun. Yeah. Like, the day that I yelled at the kids, like, they had been in the sun from like 9 a.m. to 4, going from place to place. Which I'm like, you had such a fun day, but I'm like, they're also probably exhausted. Yeah. They've used their social battery. They've wanted to do things. They've tried to show off to their friends. You know what I mean? And so I think, like, just like going back to like why, and like maybe they just need like extra support in that time versus like you getting upset. But I do get upset.
But also, I'm an overstimulated girly, and when there's like whining and crying going on, I really have to like sometimes
remove yourself.
It's okay. And like, if your partner is home, I think it's so valid to be like, hey, I need a second. I'm going to go upstairs and close the door for 10 minutes.
Yep.
And, like, they should be able to do the same thing.
Yep.
And don't feel shame or guilt in that. I feel like I used to be like, I have to tough through this.
Yeah, true.
I have to keep going. And now I'm like, I've gotten really good, like, not trying to brag, but I've gotten really good at being like, Camden, I'm really overstimulated. I need to go, like, take a second and just, like, breathe for a minute. Can you handle the kids? I'm going to go upstairs.
That's a good idea.
He's so good at just being like, yeah, of course, take what you and, like, set a timer. So and, like, don't just go up and scroll on your phone, because I will do that. But, like, just, like, go and, like, breathe for a second, put on a 5-minute meditation on your headphones, and, like, then you come back and you feel like a brand new mom.
Yeah. I also was just thinking, like, something I could work on is just, like, not making the day so busy. Like, it's kind of on me, because I'll be like, oh, I can commit to all these things.
Yeah. Let your kids be bored. Did you see what I posted on our Instagram?
Yes. Let them be bored. And also, like, you can say no to things. Like, I think it's so hard. Like, but your yeses to things should be, like, something that's going to, like, refuel you.
Yes.
But it's hard. Like, you want to just say yes to everything, but...
Especially if you have FOMO like us.
Yeah.
I feel like we're very social, and so we want to be at all the things. But, yeah, you do have to be kind of, like... pick and choose what you can actually handle.
Exactly. Okay, venting about how moms always have to find the childcare. Can't have my husband texting 14-year-old girls, haha.
This is so true. I feel like you'll have good advice on this.
I agree. And, like, I literally said to my nannies, like, you don't have to text my husband. Like, you can just text me or put us in a group text if you feel more comfortable. Because I do remember as a kid hating chatting with the dads.
Yeah.
But, like, Sam did encourage me the other day. He's like, you have a lot on your plate. Like, what can I take off your plate? And maybe it's childcare, maybe it's something else. But, like, it's natural to take on so much of the load and the mental load. But I think, like, your partner does want to help. And so, like, just think of what you can offload that, like, maybe isn't texting the nanny, but, like, what else could they do? Or could they, in, like, a group text
for the nanny? Or could they make a list for the nanny? Or
write
could
the schedule.
Write the schedule. I do think that there's a lot they can do that's not the actual outreach. But I do think a group text is also, once they're comfortable, like when
group text is like comfortable right away,
yes,
I feel like.
Yeah, but like when we first have a nanny, I feel like I'll do more of like, hey, this is kind of like our boundaries and our rules and like this kind of stuff. And then we'll be in a group text, and it's just nice to be all on the same page.
Yeah.
But to Camden, I'm always like, I feel like neither of our husbands are like creepy, but I'm always like, don't be weird.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't. And he's always like overly trying not to be creepy.
You don't want to overdo it.
You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to be too friendly, but you also don't want to be the husband
unapproachable.
That's unapproachable. So it is a weird balance. But
it is a weird balance, but like, I will say they don't need to be chatting it up.
I will say if it's their parents that they're asking for childcare, they can ask them.
Oh, yeah. Like if it's someone in the neighborhood and you're texting the parents?
No, I'm saying like if we are going to ask his mom to watch the kids for something, that is a time that he, obviously it's not creepy for him to text his mom. He can coordinate that, and then I can coordinate it with like the younger girls in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good way they could step in, is like if it's a family member or cousin or something, because they already know the relationship. Okay, I love that. Okay. How to handle when another child is mean to yours at the park. Actually, I wish I wrote, copy and paste the whole thing, but there was a lot of details. Like, I think it was like pretty aggressive pushing, like very unsafe.
I think that this is really hard. I think you can like nicely be like, hey, let's keep our hands to ourselves.
To the other kid.
Because obviously you don't want to be like mean to the kid who's, especially if they're older and then they're pushing on your younger, you don't want to be doing what they're doing to your kid to them. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
So I think they're like, hey, let's keep our hands to ourselves, and saying let's, not like you keep your hands to yourself, making it more just like broad statement.
Yeah.
Feels less directed at that kid, but maybe can snap them out of it. If they aren't listening to you, I think that you just have to like, unfortunately, remove your child from the situation.
Yeah.
Which is just kind of like, it's not the best, but I think that's all you can do. Because what else are you going to do?
Yeah, it's tricky. Because I've been on like both sides where like I feel like when my oldest was younger, like around 2, so like not really so much anymore. He was like constantly pushing people, and I felt like I couldn't take him places because I was like stressed.
It was a stressful time for you.
He would hurt people or like, but
he was so
malicious.
Yeah, he's such a loving kid. He was just like more physical, and like that's like. Yeah. And at 2, they're still trying to figure out how to communicate. Mm-hmm. So, like, I feel like it's very normal at age 2.
But it is kind of on the parent to, like, it is on the parent to have the boundaries.
Like, I also think it's different when a 2-year-old is doing it. Like, if a 2-year-old was pushing, say, my 1-year-old, I feel like I'd be comfortable being like, hey, like, let's keep our hands to ourselves. Like, let's not do this. Or, like, removing my child from the situation. If there's, like, a 10-year-old
or messing, older kid,
messing with, like, my 5-year-old, I'm definitely going to be like, hey, you need to go over there. Like, this is where the little kids are playing. Like, I would be more stern just because they should know more boundaries. But that's hard because I never want to parent other people's kids.
Yeah, it's tricky. But I think, like, you have to prioritize your kid's safety, number one. And so it might mean you get uncomfortable and have to say something.
Yeah.
What would you talk to the other parent.
Would you go up to the other parent and just be like, hey, they're being physical?
Probably not. Honestly, I probably wouldn't say anything. I probably would just remove from the situation.
I always, like, am hesitant. I never want my friends to feel like I'm parenting their kids, or, like, I was telling my sister-in-law, like, I never want you to feel like I'm ever, like, parenting my niece. But I do think when it comes to safety, it's okay to, like, we were at the pool today, and I was like, hey, Nora, like, don't get near that. Like, and I'm like, I was almost hesitant to be like, oh, shoot, like, she probably doesn't want me telling her what to do. But then I'm like, no, her being safe around the pool is more important than, like I was just wanting her to be safe.
To parent. Yeah, I completely agree. Like,
but if you can remove your child from the situation and just, like, go to a different part of the park, obviously if there's a kid, like, seeking out your child and following them.
Yeah. You also could talk to the parents. Like, I mean, there's a lot of different options, but I don't think it's, like, best to just, like, let it happen.
Okay, so yeah, I think in that situation, you just do your best to, like, let them know kindly in, like, a general way, like, hey, let's not push, or and then if that doesn't work, you remove your child, because at the end of the day, you can really only just control your child. It's not really your place, and you can remove your child. But I want to know what you would do in this situation, because I feel like this happens to me quite a bit, and it happened while we were at the splash pad yesterday. I think maybe before you got there, while you were there, but there was an older girl who was hanging out, like, we were kind of sitting by, like, a tree. There was an older girl hanging out, and I, like, brought enough snacks for my kids. And I want to share snacks, but she kept, like, going in my bag and, like, trying to take the snacks. And I, like, kindly was like, hey, like, I'm sorry, I only brought enough for my kids. And, like, if I give this to you, then, like, my 3-year-old won't have one. And, like, she was just like, well, you can go buy more.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, I know, but, like, this is what I have for right now. And just, like, I'm sorry. If I had extra, I would share. But also, I don't know if your mom's comfortable with that. I had no idea. And this girl was probably like 8.
Yeah, she was a little older.
And so she was, and I just like, I didn't want to be mean, but I was also kind of like, okay, like, I'm like, did your mom bring snacks? Like, this happens to me a lot. I feel like almost every time I go to the park. Maybe I have
you
good
also
snacks.
don't know what their parents are comfortable with.
Totally. It's like a safety thing, too. And then she started, like, digging in the mud where all of our babies were playing and, like, pouring water in the dirt and then making, like, a mud right where we were sitting. So then I was like, hey, like, do you mind going and making mud somewhere else? Like, we have little babies crawling around here, and, like, I don't want them to play in the mud and, like, get all muddy. And she's like, they won't.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, in this situation, I, like, didn't know what to do. Because I feel like I was, like, really kindly trying to be like, hey, can you please not do that? What would you do?
Ooh, that's so hard because I also feel like I know that, like, kids at that age are pretty stubborn.
Yeah.
So it's, like, tricky.
I don't want to be mean.
Like, you don't want to be mean, but, like, you're also like, hey.
I'm also like, hey, I only brought enough Nutella for my kids. You know?
I don't know, I probably would just take the snacks and move them.
Like, move them to a different place?
Yeah.
No, I had to tell her, like, 3 times. I'm like, please don't put your hand in, like, she kept, like, putting her hand and grabbing.
It's strange, though. Like, why is she getting into your stuff?
I don't know. And, like, obviously I don't care. Like, if your kids wanted the Nutella thing
they
or whatever,
probably were
snacks,
getting into your
no,
bags.
I would have been like, yeah, no, that's totally fine, but I know you.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know. It was just a weird situation, and I was like, I don't know what to do. In the mud. I was just getting overstimulated by the mud.
That's a weird one. I also feel like it was, like, definitely the scenario at the park yesterday where, like, you're trying to talk to the moms and it's just not happening.
Oh, yeah. We were like, yeah, and wait, don't do that. Wait, it was just a lot.
The kids were running around. Like, there was tons of kids there.
You just never know what this is. Well, can we talk about the fact that, like, your kids will be so crazy for the first hour that you're there. You can't get anyone to, like, go play or calm down. Everyone needs something. And then right when you're trying to start packing up, they find, like, their groove.
Yeah.
And they're, like, playing and leaving you alone, and you can finally talk. But then you're like, we have to go. Why did they do that?
I don't know.
Maybe
honestly,
it's just, like, the excitement of showing up.
I think it's the excitement of showing up. I also feel like the more kids that are there, the harder it is. It's like, okay. It's like when it's not busy, they just enjoy life so much better.
I know.
Last one. Okay. Advice on balancing life as a mom. Kids, cleaning, cooking, workout, friends, family. Any systems to help do it all? Honestly, my first note here is no one's doing it all.
This question is going to make me cry.
Everyone's dropping someone. Everyone's dropping something. And, like,
this question is triggering.
It does feel like everyone's doing it all. Trust me, they're not. There are systems. We're big systems people. And I do think it does help you do more. But, like, first off, take the pressure off of doing it all. Like, give yourself grace and, like, find, like, easy hacks or workarounds for things like meals, for example. The hack we talked about last week of, like,
ChatGPT.
Putting a bunch of ChatGPT helping it, like, a bunch of, like, sandwiches in the freezer, and then you have it for the week. You know, it's fine if your kids eat the same thing for meals, and, like, there's a lot of pressure, and I think you just have to take that pressure off. Okay, do you have any more, like, tactical?
I have so many tactical things. I feel like we need to do a whole episode on this. Yeah. You wrote a few things, like shared Google Calendar, I think, is such a good idea. Yeah. And a physical calendar. I have that one from Kindred Conversations that I love, and we write all of the meals, what we have that week, but then we also put it in a calendar.
Does Camden, like, reference that as well?
Yes. Like, tonight for dinner, I was like, can you please make dinner? He went, saw what was written for dinner, and he made it. Like, I just feel like it's so nice to have it in 2 different places, too. Because, like, I'm more of a visual person. He's more of, like, a calendar person. When it comes to food, actually, something that's really helped us is we have a shared note, and it says, like, need to buy, and it's categorized into Target, Costco, grocery store,
whatever,
Walmart, like, whatever. And right when we figure out, like, oh, we need diapers, we'll put it on the Costco list right away, and it's a shared note. So if one of us is going to the grocery store to get something, we'll both reference the shared note.
Nice.
And it's just, like, then you're not taking multiple trips.
I also think it's just, like, you're doing a lot of things, like, kind of divide up, like, where you're both helping.
Yeah. Sunday planning, love this.
Yeah.
We do this. Like, what does your week look like? What are some of your goals, like, something that you want to focus on? What are, like, your biggest stressors this week, and how can I, like, help relieve that stress?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
That's so smart. And, like, back to the beginning, like, I don't think anyone's doing it all. And, like, I'm not perfect of doing this every week, but when I can get into a good routine of planning, I do feel like it's a lot better. And this is just, like, something that I like to do being a working mom is, like, when I think of something, I do it, like, if I can. If it's less than 5 minutes, I do it immediately.
Yes. I love that.
If I can, obviously. Like, there's scenarios where I can't. But otherwise, like, the list starts to build up of, like, sign them up for baseball. Like, do this. Like, and so if I can do it in the moment, text a friend the specific thing.
Yeah. You're
like,
really good at this.
Something I love to do is, like, when I'm driving, use Siri and be like, text Maddie, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Or
and,
voice message.
Voice messaging, like, because I know I want to do it, but sometimes I have to multitask what I'm doing. So, anyways.
I think too, like, instead of spending time dreading the task, spend the time that you would spend dreading it just doing it. I know that sounds like so simple, but for me, this is laundry. All day I'll be like, oh, I have to do laundry tonight once the kids are asleep. I have to do laundry. Lately, if I have a minute, I'm trying to do laundry during the day and just get it over with, because then I'm not spending the rest of the day dreading it.
And it's like one batch a day.
That's not always possible, but, like, yeah, it's just kind of crazy.
I also love the hack of a timer and, like, stick to it. Like, if you have every night, like, 15 minutes to clean, like, don't spend an hour cleaning and take your whole night, but do the 15 minutes. You'll get way more done than you think. Like, laundry, for some reason, laundry feels like a 5 or 6 hour task. The folding itself is actually quite fast.
No, it is quite fast, but it's like, I dread it for so long that
it feels like
it takes up so much mental space.
Yep. So I think setting the timer of, like, okay, I'm going to do 15 minutes of laundry. If I don't get it all done, whatever.
Also, but at least I used to pride myself. We're very much like this. Like, we're very task oriented and we're very like, go, 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 go. Do as much as you can. Don't complain. Don't get help. Like, this is something that we've both turned into, like, burnout. We do this all the time to ourselves, and it's just kind of our personalities. So for me, this has been a house cleaner. Yeah. For years, I have been like, I need a house cleaner. I am drowning. Like, and then I would look into a house cleaner and I would be like, okay, it's going to cost this much. I could get it done. And so then I would stress all week, or like, okay, on Friday, I have to, like, scrub all the bathrooms and I have to do all this. And so I'm going to pay a nanny to, like, watch the kids so I can get this done, or my husband's going to take them. And it just was like, I felt so much, like, pride in being like, no, I can do this and save money. Yeah. I got a house cleaner for the first time this week per Becca's recommendation.
Game changer.
I literally am so mad that it took me. It is the best money I've ever spent. Yeah. And you know me, I'm a penny pincher. Like, I don't like to just, like, spend money on anything, especially if it's something I can do. Yeah. The mental space of knowing that in 2 weeks again, my toilets will get scrubbed so I don't have to stress about them, that I've been able to kind of just, like, turn that part of my brain off. Yeah. And she didn't even, like, do everything. Just, like, I still do clean a ton. But, like, the deep clean that can happen, like, try to outsource where you can. Yeah. And don't just, like, not outsource because of pride like me.
Yeah, exactly. And I think especially, like, if you're also working, like, you have to outsource.
You have to.
And, like, some things will just go by the wayside at the end of the day. Like, maybe your toilets aren't clean, and that's fine. Like,
you can't do it all.
You can't do it all.
You can't drink enough water, be a good friend, be a good spouse, be a good worker, make sure your house is clean, have some sort of side hustle, make sure you're getting your protein in. Like,
Look hot.
Like, be a good neighbor. Be, like, it is
good friend.
Too much. It's too much.
Take your child to every activity. It's just too much.
Some days you're going to kill it. You probably feel this way. Some days I'm like, today was my bitch. Yeah. I killed it. I got all the stuff done. I did this, and this. Yep, I killed it. My kids were happy. And then some days I'm like, what just happened? Yeah. Like, what just happened? And you kind of just have to, like, if you have the days, which I have a lot that are bad days, because my friends, you probably get this a lot. They're like, how do you do it all? Yeah. I'm like, some days I do it all, and some days I do none of it.
Exactly. It's like you sometimes feel like, okay, I got this. I'm like the super mom, and then other days, like, literally.
And if you're having a bad day, say, let's start again tomorrow. We're going to reset, and we're going to start again tomorrow.
Do that with my kid. Literally did with my kid last night. I'm like, okay, we're going to go to bed tonight. Do you know what tomorrow is? It's a new day.
It's a new day.
We both get to start over.
All of your sins are washed away.
Good parents repair.
Oh, wait, I have one more story to end the podcast. We'll end on this note. So we saw Lilo and Stitch last night. Oh, yeah. They redid it. And
was it good?
Like, it was really good. It pretty much was the same storyline, but
it's been a minute, obviously, so I don't even know what the storyline is.
It was like real life.
Okay, cute.
And so, you know the scene when she's upset and she puts a, like, drawing of her on the window or on the door, and it's like, don't come in, and it's her with a sad face? Yeah. So we saw this last night. Today, my oldest did something that was very out of character for her that she did to her little sister, which she shouldn't have done. I'm just going to tell you, she bit her. She's never bit in her life. Literally never bitten anyone in her life. She's 5 years old. She decided to bite her. So obviously I was very upset because I'm like, you're 5 years old. Yeah. Like, you know better. And she was crying. She's like, I'm a bad sister. I'm a bad sister. Like, she knew what she did. So she had some repercussions. She had to go to her room. So she's in her room for about 30 minutes. And then I go upstairs because she's being really quiet. She wasn't, like, she felt bad. Yeah. But I think it's good that she felt bad because she did a bad thing. I go upstairs. I'll have to post a picture. On the door of her bedroom is a picture that she drew of herself with a frowny face taped to the door. And then I open the door. I'm like holding my 2-month-old niece. I open the door. Elsie is laying under the bed, just like feeling bad for herself. And it was because of Lilo and Stitch.
Because she got that from the show.
She got that from the show. And I just like could not stop laughing because it's just like such an iconic, like, she's like, I'm sad and I'm in here and I'm pulling out all the dramatics.
I love it. Okay.
Anyways, we're doing our best.
Doing our best. It's getting dark over here. It's hot. It's the end of the night.
Let's go to bed.
Friday night. Bye, girls.
Bye.